So we've all been trying to use the 2024 rookies as much as possible, whether that's actually playing a franchise, doing a rebuild, playing Ultimate Team. I believe there's some pretty high overall versions of them on there. Or, you change some of your rookies' names in throughout the year of Madden before the draft even came close to an end. But what I want to see is how those rookies and these new teams, because obviously there was a pretty insane free agency in general, project over the next 10 seasons. I could have done one season. I could have added all the rookies to one team and see if they won a Super Bowl. But I want to kind of go the quote-unquote realistic route and just sim 10 seasons and just watch. I don't know why I yelled at you there. What is going to happen down the line? Of course, we have all of the players here. This is It's Vic's class, which, check them out in the Xbox next-gen downloads. I don't think it works for all gens. I don't know why it's not just like a universal draft class / roster system for all platforms combined. But check it out. I think he has a YouTube channel as well. Check him out there as well. But we got Drake May here. I think some of the ratings are pretty damn good. Drake May, we have him as star dev. Other guys like, Caleb Williams, he's a superstar. Odunze, we have him at star. I think we might have Neighbors as a superstar. You could probably put all three of those wide receivers as superstar, to be honest. And then I think we also have... do we have him as an X Factor? Yeah, we do have Marvin as an X Factor, and we have Brock Bowers as an X Factor. So we have pretty much all of the players here, on their teams as they're supposed to be. All the years are correct. And, we're going to see what happens throughout the league for the next 10 seasons. See who wins a Super Bowl. See if there's any new dynasties. See if the Chiefs extend their dynasty. In my opinion, it's kind of, I wouldn't say safe to say, but in my opinion, if Mahomes and the Chiefs win this Super Bowl, Mahomes is already the greatest quarterback of all time. I think you get the three-peat, and with all the rings already in general, the success he's had, and how he plays the game, and the trajectory of the rest of his stats, I don't even think he needs to win another Super Bowl after that. I think the three-peat's enough. But yeah, if you guys like this idea, I gotta say it loosely, idea, not really much of an idea, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel. We do experiments here or there, but a lot of mainly just franchise and rebuilds. And of course, if you have a suggestion while you're down there for any sort of experiment, doesn't even have to be with the rookie class, whatever it is, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll feature you with your comment on the channel in the video. I mean, that's just the ultimate prize, obviously. It could be like, some brand new Corvette or something. But no, we're not doing that around here. That's like pocket change stuff. We don't do that. All right, the first season, the Patriots go 4-13. I'm not exactly sure how I want to show the progress here, because obviously if we're going to be looking year to year by, who's doing what and your stats and awards, this could be an insanely long video. I don't want this to be longer than 40 minutes. Yes, everyone that's watching now, go look at the length of the video and say, oh, wow, yeah, that did not happen. It was a lot longer than that. So I'm not really sure how we're going to play this out. But first year is obviously the most significant because it's rookie years. J.J. McCarthy, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards, but also a lot of picks. Dak was amazing. Jaden Daniels, I mean, if the Commanders get that, they look like geniuses. What else do we have for some of the... Wow, those are some awful numbers. Kirk wasn't great. Herbert wasn't great. Drake May, I mean, those are rookie numbers, so, it is what it is. Bo Nix, that's not bad. Jordan Love, a lot of interceptions. Josh Allen, touchdowns are kind of low for him. He's usually a touchdown machine. Minshew, the rest kind of, expected. Will Levis putting up those numbers would be pretty disappointing for the Titans. They feel like they got their guy. Bryce Young, after adding all that talent, that would be a massive disappointment as well. Justin Fields apparently won the job over Russell Wilson. Caleb Williams, I mean, the yards are low, but the touchdown-to-pick ratio is amazing. So, not bad, actually. Let's take a look at the running back numbers. Derrick Henry with his new team cooked. Barkley with his new team cooked. Zeke back on the Cowboys. What overall is he? What do you mean? That's insane. Why? I don't even know, dude. And he's also wearing number 15 again in real life, which is... I mean, I'm not... He can do whatever he wants, right? It's his life. I don't care. But it does feel kind of sucky for, Cowboys fans that have his jersey, obviously, which I would say is, a lot of them. Little disappointing, not gonna lie, I would say for them. Any rookies that started? I don't... Oh, yeah, Brooks. Not great, but that's Madden. That's just what it is. Looking at the receiving, Terry McLaurin, the number 1. A little surprised by that. Drake London up there did a Falcons rebuild recently where I don't even think he got over 1,000 once. Maybe one time, but mainly it was well under it. And then looking at Marvin Harrison, had a really good season, obviously. Maybe even Rookie of the Year. Can't really tell. I can't remember how many people had... Wow, look at that. Roman Wilson, what a name drop. Had like a bunch of interceptions at the quarterback's position. McConkey, just under 1,000 yards, unfortunately. A little disappointing there. Keon Coleman. Definitely would expect more from him in real life, even though that is really good. It's just, he is definitely primed to be like him, because the Bills just don't have a lot going on in the wide receiver room. Blocking any like rookies that, gave up 1 billion sacks. Not really seeing any. Fautanu, I suppose. Steelers in general just giving up a lot of sacks. Defensively, Max Crosby cooked. Oh my God, the Jaguars cooking up. Grady Jarrett put up some numbers. Brian Burns with his new team put up some numbers. Any of the rookies? What about the Vikings? No? Not on the list? All right. 5 sacks there. Trice, 3.5. 3.5 for an off ball. Okay. Okay, 3 sacks only. That is really bad. Tackles in general. Colson did have a lot of tackles, though, I will say. Did we look at picks? 7 for Surtain with Jalen Johnson. A couple of 6 interception guys. Kicking, no one honestly cares. It is not something anyone cares about. MVP does go to Joe Burrow. Any rookies? Caleb Williams at number 5. Jaden Daniels at number 6. Some names there. Looking at the awards real quick. Obviously, Rookie of the Year, who would have won to? It would have went to McConkey for the AFC side, which is kind of crazy. That is actually really crazy. And then we look at the NFC side. And it would have been Caleb Williams and Edgerrin Cooper. Okay, a lot of tackles. I mean, it's usually a pass rusher of some sort, if not maybe a corner for rookie, but usually rookie corners don't have those kind of seasons. But those are the numbers. Not a whole lot of new names, doing their thing other than Zeke, which that's just the Cowboys scheme. That's really what it is. I'm not going to pay attention to the drafts too much, I don't think. Maybe we'll look at, like, the top overall players real quick, but once again, do not want to spend that much time each season. If we even spend 5 minutes per season, that's 50 minutes, right? Math. It's crazy. But not as crazy as the payout you would have if you bet on the Jets to win the Super Bowl. I would say the odds aren't crazy. Like, they're probably a top 10, top 15 team, so you're not winning that much. But, you put some money on it, you're getting some significant return. But not here because they lose. The Cowboys win by 4. I don't really care about DevUps because, once again, this isn't really our team. Have everything on auto, so the team should be taking care of business on their own. And I'm just on the Patriots because I was like, I could do the Bears. They're kind of the quote-unquote draft winners, if you will. I mean, they should be. They have the first pick every damn season, it seems. But, I just did a video where we were on the Bears, and who cares? Go with a new team. This team had the first pick overall, and they took a tackle, Bruce Thornton. Very good pass blocker, in fairness. Problem with offensive linemen this high specifically, first round in general, is you don't always get superstar. They did, but you don't always, and that would be an astronomically bad pick if you didn't. The Falcons go QB again. He's a very high overall. He's like a generational player without the dev. So basically not a generational player, but that is insane. 89 medium, 87 short. Any other like players that are high overall? Clement, DT. Nothing really insane. The Vikings got themselves a running back as well, so they're definitely well on their way. And then, of course, the Buccaneers got themselves a sick tight end. Damn, that's speed. But also, if you guys do actually want to see career sims of any player, it could be, Justin Fields or, Caleb Williams, obviously, let me know in the comment section below or by leaving a like on the video. If this gets a billion trillion likes, I'll know that you guys like these sim-type videos, and we'll do more of them. Back in the playoffs, and somehow the Patriots have went down from a 4-13 season. Drake May, are those not like the exact same numbers he had last year? Pretty damn close. Within a yard and an interception. The same completions. Worst completion percentage, of course, but that is crazy. Like, how is that even possible? I genuinely don't understand. Let I'm not really sure how I want to do this. I guess quick look through all the different players. Wow, Dak and those Cowboys schemes are insane. McCarthy, way better season. Jordan Travis is now the starter of the Jets. That's kind of crazy. No MVP from what's his name? Burrow, obviously, but still a pretty damn good season with only allowing, 3 interceptions for the opposing side. Justin Fields was great. Herbert, a little bit better, but not much better. Jordan Love, way less picks. Bryce Young, way less picks. Seems like a lot of guys are throwing a lot less interceptions than the year before. Rushing, Josh Jacobs, 2,113 yards of 21 touchdowns. I don't know what it is about him and Sim, but he is insane in Sim. Looking at some of the other numbers, Joe Mixon, Bijan. Once again, any of those youngsters, any of those rookies, maybe the Panthers, yeah, there you go. Getting up there, 3.8 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. A little bit worse from Zeke, but still really good. What did Zeke actually go up to in Dev? Like, is he an X Factor? Where was he? He's got to be at least a superstar. Superstar Dev Zeke is back. He's actually not bad. He's not bad. Rashee Rice is the number 1 wide receiver with 19 touchdowns and 1,589 yards. The Vikings, both of their players back-to-back on the leaderboards, which is definitely hard to do because, it's receiver after all. Usually someone's got to be bad for another to be good. Keon Coleman, definitely a better season. Jawan Jennings, what a name drop there. Clarissa Olave was right next to him as well. A couple of teams like that. And I don't really know if it matters too much other than that. That's kind of where Max Crosby has been insane. Any of the real-life pass rushers? No, not really. Nope, just not going to be the case. Interceptions, 8 for Jalen Ramsey. 7 was the max last year. Now it's 8. Things are getting crazy. Dak obviously wins MVP. Ward wins. Richards for the Bengals. And then on the NFC side, Josh Jacobs obviously doing his thing. And those are the awards there. And man, these sim videos do piss me off a bit because you have the freaking Cowboys always winning. Come on, Jaguars. Cook 'em. Cook 'em. And they do. Nice. Okay, new team. Who dis? We like it. Pick 1 overall again. They're rebuilding this offensive line. Tavon Beal, another really good pass blocker. Not even that bad of a run blocker either. Usually you get one or the other. Dev, only star, but he's a higher overall than the last guy, I suppose. So lost the Dev, but gained the overall. Right guard, the Buccaneers. 83 overall, got to be generational. Very good, like 81s across the board, except for the finesse blocking, it seems. And let's take a look at the Dev, Superstar Dev, obviously. Any other generationals in here? We have maybe the corner, probably not, though. A couple of guards. If you drafted guard in this draft, you did pretty well for yourself. Let's be honest. Hey, the Patriots are up 5-12 now. They're cooking. Let them cook. Let's be honest. The schemes are going to be holding back players and boosting players that do or don't deserve it quite a bit, as we know Dak is the biggest recipient of this. McCarthy's done really well, though. Burrow, unbelievable. That's MVP. Mahomes is pretty good. Baker Mayfield is the new Titan, not the best. Dwight Jenkins, meh. Richardson finally showing up a little bit. Howell on the Rams. Tua on the Jets, 32-4 for the touchdown to pick ratio. Brock Purdy was amazing. Minshew's a Buccaneer, did really well. Bo Nix, meh. Trevor Lawrence is pretty good. The Cardinals quarterback, I don't know who that is, but he was ass. Obviously, Drake May was not great. Daniels, where did he drop off? Why the drop off, and why so harsh? Man, some of these seasons are just out of nowhere, right? Like, just unbelievable. What about the Panthers? Brooks? Yeah, he's getting better. The higher overall he gets, the better he becomes. Any rookie wide receiver other than maybe Harrison? Just over 1,000 yards. Not really. Keon Coleman back under 1,000. Pass rush, any new names, or is it going to be Max Crosby again? Wow, Max Crosby dropped off hard. 17 sacks. 17.5 was the highest. Picks back down to 7. Real quick, we'll take a look at the award winners. MVP goes to Burrow again. Some new names coming up on the list. Is that Hardman? Joins the Bengals and becomes like a god. Bunch of Cowboys awards. You really don't even need to look at the NFC. It's like basically all Cowboys. Here you go. The Super Bowl. The Jets are back in it, but cannot win again. The Commanders are now Super Bowl champions. At least it's a new team. 2 new teams, really. Well, kind of. Jets were in it before. Hey, they finally go with someone that isn't an offensive lineman. Also, finally not having the first overall pick. Felix Ferguson looks pretty good, actually. I was going to look at his overall, but we don't have time for that nonsense. This team's never going to get to the playoffs at this rate. No real crazy names here. Just, pretty average draft. Can the Patriots finally climb into the playoffs? They're winning. By the time we're in year, 6, they'll be in the playoffs. That's a good thing. J.J. McCarthy is definitely becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the league here as well, as he's constantly on the top list for yards. That touchdown to pick ratio is crazy. What's his overall now? Oh, he's an X Factor. Okay. He's an 88 overall X Factor, and he is cooking. Tua was great. Mahomes was great. Josh Allen was great. Burrow was pretty good. Brock Purdy was accurate, but now he's a commander. Dak, he must be falling off hard. 88 overall, but, nowhere near as good as his normal self. May was okay. Bryce Young was way better than normal. Fields was pretty damn good. Sam Howell was decent. Trevor Lawrence was amazing. A lot of low-picked seasons here, actually. Quarterbacks taking care of the ball this season. Jacobs back to his usual ways. Where's Brooks? There you go. Nice numbers there. Any of the new names? Romeo Dobbs is a Chief. Childress Chiefs got a lot of players on there. Not surprised, but Keon Coleman. Not really seeing any of those other names. Where's Odunze? Where's Neighbors? I mean, we haven't seen any of them. There's one, I suppose, but not really playing that great. Jordan Morgan is a Brown. Let's take a look at the pass rush numbers. Micah Parsons, amazing. Aiden Hutchinson, finally see his name coming around. Luvu, that's a name drop. Verse, 12.5. Okay. We see you. Don't know where the hell Max Crosby is. I don't see him. Jalen Johnson with 7 picks as well. Moving on to the awards. MVP goes to Josh Allen this time. Max Crosby. Oh, maybe he was there and he just didn't show his name. Because, he's got a bunch of different awards there, so he must have been decent. And there's the awards for the NFC side. See, Caleb was the best quarterback on the NFC. Or in the NFC. In, on, whatever. Cowboys versus Jaguars. They played each other last time, and this time the Cowboys get the revenge. I think it might have been a 1-point game for that one as well. Unbelievable little rivalry you got going on here. Quarterback. Uh-oh. Patriots going QB. Does that mean Drake May is gone? Overall is really low. Outside of the 79 overall, everyone's a 76 or lower. I kind of want to see the dev of this quarterback, see if they have made a right choice or not. I don't know if they're moving on, but hidden dev for Mr. Anthony Bacon. Usually if you go with the name Bacon in Madden, don't know what it is, but they got some carnivores out there. Usually you get yourself a decent player. Drake May's still here. He hasn't really developed too well, but he is still the starting quarterback, so I'm not really sure what the story is there. But, yeah, they went QB, picked 9 overall. They don't believe in him. Patriots back in the playoffs. Not a 6-11 season. Drake May, man, it really would be nice to follow a team that's actually winning. J.J. McCarthy is basically becoming the best quarterback in the league, slowly but surely. Short accuracy is definitely taking a hit, and no ability to throw on the run, which is an L. But very good throw power and, pretty good stats in general. Mahomes is great still. Dak, bounce back season. Dwight Jenkins out of nowhere doing really well. Jordan Travis now a Seahawk, not very good though. Deshaun Watson still in the league. Joe Burrow maybe has a chance at MVP again. Jordan Love pretty good. Purdy was pretty good. Josh Allen touchdown to pick ratio is insane. Lawrence really good. Some quarterbacks in here with some insane seasons. And then you have Drake May doing Drake May things. No shots. Is so bad. Real life running backs, unless I passed on Brooks, I don't think I even seen any of them. Yeah, these rookies are cheeks. Simply put, Brock Purdy with some yardage. Is there no rookies starting anywhere? I'm trying to think. Real life rookies, obviously at this point, you should probably know what I'm talking about. It's just Brooks. None of the other guys are even starters. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Rookies at wide receiver. Wow, Musgrave, 1,200 yards in the Saints scheme. That's kind of insane, no? Keon Coleman, very good again. Mario Douglas with the Seahawks. That's wild, though. Luke Musgrave just out of nowhere, because I imagine his ratings aren't that good. Just cooking, I guess. Don't care about blocking too much. Sacks, Nick Bosa, Aiden Hutchinson. The usual. Luvu, once again, doing pretty good work. Newton, Johnny Newton, Jerzon Newton, cooking up with 14 sacks at DT. It's actually pretty unbelievable. And Verse, 9 sacks. Byron Murphy, 8.5. Interceptions, 6 for Souse. Let's take a look at those award wins. MVP. Back to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow yoinks it again. Joe Burrow becoming, if he gets a Super Bowl ring, like the Rodgers of this next generation, if you will. And those are the awards for both sides. Bunch of MVPs. 3 or 4 by now. At least 3, I'd say, which is kind of crazy considering we're not that deep into this sim. We're about, like, what, halfway? So he's, like, basically clean sweeping. Packers versus Chiefs. Chiefs are, their name's back in the hat, it seems. And the winner is going to be the Chiefs, 42-28. Oh! Pick 8 overall. Looks like a generational off-ball linebacker for the Patriots. Got to say, I'm not really seeing anything crazy with the ratings. Obviously, the Excel is insane. Tackle pursuit is great. Awareness is high. But as far as like ratings that I would be like, oh, yeah, I'm glad we grabbed him, I'm not seeing him. I'm really not. But at an 84 overall, I'd be shocked if he's not generational. I don't even know how that'd be possible. Yeah, that's like one of the weakest generational players like I've ever seen. But hey, it's a generational nonetheless. Overalls, 80 overall, 80 overall, 80 overall. So this is actually a pretty damn good draft class. How many of them are generational, though? I don't know. Like, I would say there's a good chance that this running back might not be. You know, I like that stiff arm. The speed's pretty bad. Now, if this guy's generational, I think he might even take the cake over the guy that the Patriots took. Okay, I was about to say, because, I mean, 87 speed at running back. I mean, what are we doing? You know, that's just not super great. What about the safety? You're usually kind of looking for those generational ratings. Like that 81 man coverage as his like kind of highest rating. I don't really think that's like good enough to, you know, warrant a generational. So as you can see there, not one. And then we look over at Theo Goldman. We'll find out here. And with those finesses, I would say there's a decent chance this guy is generational. I would bet on it, especially with that overall at lineman. And superstar he is. 7-10, they're getting there. We said it was going to happen. They're getting there. Let's take a look at the quarterback numbers. Drake May, best season yet, I believe. Mahomes, 42-5 for touchdown to pick ratio. And Burrow could win MVP still. It's all about those picks. Having only 2 picks versus 5 might be enough. It really might be. McCarthy, great touchdown to pick ratio, but the touchdowns are low. Look at the quarterbacks, though. I mean, for the most part, limiting those interceptions. Broncos have Daniels now, which is definitely something. Any of the running backs is basically just Brooks from the class that has a chance at, like, being anything. All these other guys are just, like, they're not even starting, so obviously I'm talking about in a Madden. Oh, Braylon Allen. I'm talking about in a Madden sense. Real life, who freaking knows? There's some sleeper running backs, so we'll see what happens. It's just, you know, now we're in a league where you're getting your Isaiah Pacheco's in the really deep part of the draft, so it's not every team's wish to draft a running back in the first 2, even 3 rounds now. Looking at sack totals, Brian Burns finally kind of shows up. Not really seeing anything from the youth, the rookie class, if you will. And none of them in the double digits. Picks down to 5. Wow, we're seeing a regression here. Have the sliders all out, and then MVP goes to Mahomes. Burrow's all the way down to 3, actually. Speaking of Pacheco. But we have all the XP sliders around 130. I think the O-line I have it at about 150 plus. I think that's the best way to keep these teams, decent overall, but not too OP. I'm kind of curious to see what the overalls are, the average. What's ours? 87 for a team that's 7-10. Yeah, it's still probably a little high, to be honest. You know, the league, it seems like Madden wants the overalls to be anywhere from 83 to 88-ish. So the fact that they're all about 87-ish is a little high. But once again, you can't really balance the players out because, you know, once you start drafting rookies, most teams are going to kind of look almost the same, really, outside of, you know, some of the key positions like QB. And J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings are in the Super Bowl. They started off with, I think, 3-14? Or was that my other video? I don't even remember, but they don't win anyways, unfortunately for them. It's another year where the AFC kind of takes over. I don't even think that's true. It's probably very balanced right now because of the Cowboys alone. Ooh, 73 overall. Their second-round pick was better. Oh, he's got potential, but damn, that is a Patriots edge rush pick these days. It's been a while since the Patriots have really had a complete draft. 80 overall for this wide receiver McGee. Is he tall? 6'2", 23 years old. He's a pretty complete receiver, but at 23 and, you know, Only 89 speed at 6'2". It's not the best. Superstar Dev, you don't hate it, but yeah, there's definitely better. Gillisley might even be that better. 6 foot tall, hidden. I would much rather have him just based on the speed alone. 4 speed difference for only 2 height difference. Dev difference. Star to superstar, I guess. Here they are. They're never looking back. Oh my God, Junior Colson's a 95 overall. There might need to be a quick look at like some of the best players in the league right now at each position. Quarterback, a bunch of 99s are very close too, so maybe quarterback needs to be toned down a little bit. Running back, I think that's fine. You know, usually you don't have this many top tier running backs. Maybe you have one guy that's like close to 99 or a 99, then the rest are like 96 down. But fair enough. Wide receivers, you're going to have a couple of decent wide receivers, but those are... See, the problem is like, you don't put the sliders on high enough, and you never get to a 99. But you put them too high, then everyone's a 99. It's like, how do you win? Looking at the lineman sliders, though, I actually like these. So 150 lineman seems pretty good. Okay. Edge, I mean, that's pretty good, too. You're not really seeing too many elite players. So really, it just kind of seems like corner needs to drop down a little bit. And then basically, like, everyone on offense but the trenches, pretty much. But let's take a look, see if this Patriots team is going to win a Super Bowl. Could it be? Nope. Okay, well, we'll take a look at those stats now while we're already losing. Drake May, yards are great. Touchdowns, not so much. McCarthy, great, but the picks are too high to win MVP, I think. Burrow's in a good position. Herbert's actually in a good position here. Josh Allen might win it again, though. I mean, these AFC quarterbacks are cooking. Brooks, finally a goon. What's his overall? Still star div, though. Are you joking me? He's really good, but yeah, that's a little disappointing. Nakua, number 1 yards fella. Blocking any, like, big sack seasons. Tyler Guyton, 16 sacks. I mean, that's like... Leave the league, bro. What are you doing, level? Chase Young's still a saint. 21 and a half sacks as well. Max Crosby's still killing the league as he does. Reddick is a Viking. Reddick honestly feels like he may be on a Vikings team one year. Like, 3 years from now, let's revisit that. I feel like he's going to be a Viking 3 years from now. Like, somebody get the time machine. We'll discuss. A couple of names in there like Latu and Byron Murphy. Interceptions down to 4. Soon, no interceptions are going to happen. Which, I mean, honestly, with the way the league is going, with the can't really touch anybody kind of rule, Burrow wins another one. We said it was going to happen. Should have been looking at Coach of the Year, I guess, but you never know. But yeah, Max Crosby, a lot of the same, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Is that Michael? Okay. Interesting name drops here. Unfortunately, did not win the Super Bowl. Didn't even win a playoff game, but made the playoffs. It only took like 7 seasons to do that, but hey, progress is progress. And speaking of the Vikings, it's the Vikings versus the Bills, 2 very unfortunate Super Bowl teams. One of them's going to win here, and it's the Vikings. All right, there you go. 83 overall for the Patriots. Okay, maybe the drop-off is going to be hard here. I don't know, but let's go on to the draft and... see the Patriots never make the playoffs again. A tight end. Okay, I mean, maybe they need some more weapons. Okay, this draft seemed like crap. If the number 1 overall pick is 74 overall, Yancey was the highest overall, 91 speed, 6 foot tall. Another Devontae, he's about 40 pounds heavier, and maybe not superstar dev, but we'll see. Nope. And they're back out of the playoffs. Who would have thought that's a new one? Drake May, still the quarterback though. Like, I'm not forcing any, forcing him to stick around. Same with JJ McCarthy. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is a freaking Bronco at this rate. It looks like McCarthy will win MVP as well. Oh, Trevor Lawrence yoinks it, I think. We'll see. Yards mean something, but nowhere near as much as touchdowns, so that might be a yoinking. What is Jacobs' overall? Yeah, 90 overall. I would have felt it would have been a drop-off by now because, well, not only is he older, but just looking at the numbers, obviously a huge drop-off. Like, you got 1,500, 2,100, 15, 18, 19, 18, 17, 13. Yeah, a bit of a drop-off at the end there. Jordan Addison and wow, Jefferson and Addison. That would be something that could probably never happen and will never happen and would never be repeated. The 2 top yardage guys on the same team. Like, surely that's never happened, right? Like, there's been guys that have, had 1,000 yards each on the same team, I'd imagine. But yards, that's kind of tough. All right, that is kind of tough. Fuaga, most sacks allowed at 19. Fashanu, 15. Let's take a look at the defense. Devin White is a Charger. Max Crosby, these numbers are getting crazy. 28 sacks, 26.5 for Bosa. Then a huge drop-off, though. Verse at 12, though. He's been pretty good. You know, he kind of came out of nowhere and just hasn't really... He's been sticking around. Newton, decent numbers there. Fred Warner, 7 interceptions. I like to see it. The interceptions are back up. The numbers are back up. J.J. McCarthy wins MVP. Josh, wait, who... Lawrence was down to 6. I guess maybe the yards matter more than I thought. I really thought he was going to win MVP, but he was all the way at number 6, it turns out. Okay, I suppose. But yeah, the Vikings, they're winning a lot of awards. Might be back in the Super Bowl. Did they win the last one, or is it the Bills? I can't remember. Raiders versus Panthers, some new teams. We like to see it. We like to see it. We're almost done with this sim. So far to say that the best quarterback of the class... in Sim's eyes is J.J. McCarthy. The Raiders win the Super Bowl over the Panthers. Caleb's decent, but I think his scheme is obviously just completely crushing him right now. But McCarthy's definitely been the most consistent. And obviously we didn't even see anything for Penix. Is he even in the league at this point? I don't even know. Was Penix even on a team? I'm looking around. I don't really see him. Shouldn't be too hard to see his name. There you go. Is the Panthers. 77 overall, it seems. 75 overall. Damn. Okay, that pick did not really work out for them. What is his numbers overall? And did he ever start, actually? He never got to start. Wow. That is kind of crazy. The recap. Dang. I kind of accidentally called it a recap, but honestly, with this team, with this team's track record... 81 overall. Looks like a generational based on the man and zone both being in the 80s with that speed. And now he's a superstar. He's just a good player, I guess. Left tackle, very high overall. And everyone else kind of a drop-off from there. Patriots at 9-8. Not quite the playoffs, but close. Don't see J.J. McCarthy on the yards. Normally I do. Really good touchdown to pick ratio, but the yards are just, the touchdown's just too low. Church out of nowhere. Daniel's looking pretty good. Allen only 1 pick. These sim numbers are getting crazy. Was Allen good enough? If not Allen, who? Jaden Daniels? It's Jaden Daniels or Allen. Number 1 yards, Jonathan Brooks. He's there. 19 touchdowns. Finally to a superstar. No, he already got the superstar. Finally to X Factor then. Really freaking elusive, though. Yardage, we do not see any of those players. Oh, there's Marvin Harrison. I mean, by now he's at least an X Factor, right? There you go. Started as a superstar, so it would make sense. Short route's not great, but everything else is amazing. Looking at the blocking, another real-life name. Guyton again. Why do they start him if he's that bad? Nick Bosa cracks 30. Unbelievable. Who is this? Keegan McMillan. 21.5. Chase Young, still a Saint. I'm kind of surprised by that. The Titans got TJ Watt at this point. He's probably a little bit of a lower overall. 88 overall. Still really good, though. Interceptions. 5 for Jalen Johnson. We now move on to the awards again. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. Not even either of the names I mentioned. Might have been some rushing numbers in there, I would imagine. Steve McNair, interesting name drop. Let's take a look at the NFC now. Nick Bosa, obviously. I actually want to look at it. Did he win or come close to MVP itself? So, I get it. The touchdown pick ratios have been kind of crazy, but didn't even get on the list with 30 sacks. Quarterback award. Jeez, the allergies. It's that time of the year. Bills versus the Panthers. Did the Panthers actually win that last one they were in? We're obviously going to take a look at the recap of all the seasons and all that, but the Panthers win it here. So if they didn't win it before, they want it now. And I think, math is tough, but I think this is the final season. The final draft, another quarterback. The Patriots, they might actually be moving on this time. Ooh, accuracies. 86 medium, 86 short. Maybe they got themselves the future. At this point, Drake May, because he's not going up in dev, is probably a pretty low overall and regressing, right? No higher than a 90. Oh, who is this? 98 speed, tell me. Oh, he's definitely generational at that speed. 99 catch, 93 spec, 98 speed at 6'4". Obviously that's generational. The freaking Browns have done it. They have cooked. X Factor, that is a goon. Definitely the best player we've seen this rebuild. Or not rebuild, this sim. And no one else really touches that. I mean, even the linebacker of this Patriots team took, I mean, his speed was, what, 85 speed? 93 Excel is great, but 85 speed, his man coverage wasn't even that good. Speaking of the devil, there he is. Only a 96 overall, despite starting off as a really good player. Got 1 speed upgrade. He is really good, though. He's literally another Fred Warner. That's literally the build that he is. And the Patriots, it really is one last hurrah. How freaking fitting is that? Who even is this? Jeromepkr. That's kind of a name drop. I'm surprised he's still here. How old is he? Like 35? Genuinely, how old is that man? I'm really curious to see this. I need to know. This isn't just like some random question. 36! Damn! And you know what? He's pretty bad. Let's be honest. He's not that good. But hey, he's still here, and he's going to give a morale boost to the Patriots, who are finally back in the playoffs. Second playoffs of 10 seasons in this final year. Of course, touchdown to pick ratio, it's okay, but the touchdowns are really low. Yards are very high, though, 4,200 yards. Johnny McMillan out of nowhere, but touchdowns are pretty low. Jenkins looking like the favorite for MVP, if you're to ask me. Trevor Lawrence again. Maybe he won't be number 6 this time on the Liz Brooks. 18 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Receivers, we have Brian Thomas shooting up out of nowhere. Does he even have a single season over 1,000 until now? Okay, he does have a couple. We've been sleeping on him, but still, only 3 total. Anyone else? Roman Mayo? No, thank you. I'll stick to ketchup. I don't know what I'm saying. Coleman, 1,200 yards. And Marvin Harrison's on the list. And then you drop off under 1,000. Right on the nose. Hillman's like, I'm chilling. Sacks. Are we going to see Guyton on there again? Where's Guyton? Show me Guyton. I think... Oh, there he is. 11 sacks. Improved. Might just be playing less, to be honest. Nick Bosa dropped a whole 10 sacks. He dropped someone's career season in sack totals. Of course, Dallas Turner, definitely his best season. Unless, once again, sometimes you do see that the numbers don't show up. 13.5, I definitely did not see that in year 3. And then 12 for... Let's count to make sure these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, math. It's a valuable asset to anyone that knows it. One day I'll know what that feels like. Witherspoon, 6 interceptions. It's always so weird. It's like you start off at 23 and you're ending on, what is it, 31? It's like, Trevor Lawrence does win MVP. I knew it was going to happen. Not that I really care. I just, I kept seeing his name and it felt like he deserved it so many times and just didn't win it ever. But let's see it. The Patriots, could you imagine they actually win the Super Bowl in the final year, which is the team we've been, sitting on, watching everything unfold. And they do win. I mean, they do win. Let's do another last hurrah going against the Ravens. I mean, I don't really have any stock here, but, I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm here, I'm here. You might as well go all on about it. But they do win a playoff game. We at least get to see that, I suppose. That's an improvement. It is something. And then they lose to the Ravens. I mean, I guess if you really care too much about Jeromepkr retiring, here you go. He's not even he's not even one of the best players on the team, let alone one of the best safeties. I mean, on the team. Like, it's kind of wild. But let's take a look at who wins the final Super Bowl. Take a look at the recap and call it a sim. I don't even know what you call it. A 32 team sim, as it is now. Okay, now it's starting to be like, okay, we've seen the Bills and the Panthers quite a bit. Let's get some new teams in there. And the Panthers win again. Okay, so I think first things first, let's take a look at the players. Let's look at the quarterbacks, see what they're looking like. Drake May actually is a 90+. J.J. McCarthy, 30 years old, basically 99 everything. Short accuracy's a little low, and then of course throwing the run and play action never really got up there, but he's very good. His abilities, we don't even really care about that, to be honest. C.J. Stroud's obviously pretty good. Caleb Williams, 96 overall, never got to X Factor. Wow, I should have also probably put on dev regression, but it's pretty much a mess, so I'm kind of glad I didn't touch it. Another really good throw power guy. A little bit better in the throw on the run and play action, but worse in the short accuracy and in general accuracies, but very good nonetheless. Dwight Jenkins, do we really care? I guess we'll take a look real quick. X Factor, 31-year-old Michael Penix. That's all there really is to say about that. Purdy's really good. He's pretty good. Lol, dude. Bryce Young, 89 throw power after all of those upgrades. Drake May. Oh, wow. He's not that good, actually. He's an 87 overall. Morale is crazy. Jabril Peppers retiring has us happy, I guess. I don't know the thought process there, but yeah, seeing some pretty low overalls for some of the other guys. Jaden Daniels. He's an X Factor. I know he's 33 now, but X Factor, and he's only down to an 85 overall already. That's kind of crazy. Bo Nix is probably gone by now. Forget being 85 overall. He's not even in the league anymore at this point, I imagine. Fields is pretty low overall as well. A couple of Steelers quarterbacks in there. Maybe Penix would be around, but like really low overall. I don't see any of them. They might be gone. I don't see them. I just think they never developed. Running backs, you do have Jonathan Brooks as the X Factor. 30 years old, X Factor. Really good juke ability. Change directions, amazing. Speed is, I mean, it's good. It's definitely good. Anyone else, though? In general, wait, are these the overalls? Wow, the running backs hit a wall. So that's what I'm saying, though. Like, the running backs were so good, then they regressed, and now every running back sucks. I don't know. What about fullback? Any decent fullbacks? That's fair enough. I actually like the fullback sliders. Maybe bump them like 10, and you're chilling. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson's still really good as a 99 overall. Marvin Harrison Jr., 97 overall. You know, short route's not great, but everything else, once again, pretty good. Speed did take a little bit of a hit because he's on the older side now, but overall, very good. Keon Coleman, 97 release. 99 catch, 99 catch, well, basically 99 catch, 99 catch in traffic. Neighbors, the 96 overall. I, once again, did not see Odunze, like, at all, so I'm not really sure if he ever developed, but I have not seen him. That's all I can say about that. Anyone else in the wide receiver category? I'm personally, oh, there he is. Speaking of Odunze, only star dev was his max. Release never really got there. That is not a great player, I'll be honest with you. Tight end. What about Bowers? 92 overall. Don't think any of the other rookie tight ends would have gotten there. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want to, like, hate on anyone, but I genuinely don't care about... Oh, Sanders, actually. Okay, fair enough. Genuinely don't care too much about the offensive line. Sanders, so damn slow here, but I'm surprised to see that he's that good of an overall, considering, you know, that's like right up next to Bowers, despite the fact that Bowers had such a better starting point based on dev. Sinat was actually there, or Sinnott, whatever. Alts, you know, power blocking, not the best. Anyone else? Latham, what's his kind of deal? Finesse blocking, not the best. Kingsley Sumatea, you know, not good at all at run blocking, but pass blocking is all I care about too, so I respect it. Bad pass blocking for Fashanu. And Taylor Guyton's on the list there. How many sacks did he give up? I am genuinely curious. Let's see how many sacks this man gave up. Tyler Guyton, he had 2 seasons, one of them which he didn't even start, where he let up less than double digits. What a guy. What a guy. I don't know how he was convincing them to be the guy. And look, Tyler Smith's a superstar. That's pretty impressive. Don't care too much about the offensive line, like I said. Edge. Any edge rushers? Any rushies? Miles Murphy. Doesn't seem to be. I'm not seeing it. Then we move on to right end. Any of the real-life names? Verse. I mean, at this point, it probably doesn't matter. He's pretty regressed. A lot of these players are. What about Byron? Byron's a 92 overall X Factor. Okay, we like to see it. Very good block shed. Decent power move. Okay. And any other players? Michael Hall, 86 overall. It seems like the second highest DT, unless I missed one. No pass rush ability, but very good at block shedding, of course. And I think that's kind of it for DTs. Left out, I don't see any names here at all. Middle linebacker, I think Colson was amazing. Trevin Wallace is also amazing. 30 years old, X Factor. Really balanced as well. Insane man coverage. Could play corner if he was just a little bit faster. Wasn't Colson? I was about to say Colson was there too. 96 overall. Very good speed. Zone coverage, insane. I mean, once again, another guy that could play corner easily. It would be insane at corner, 6'4". Any other middle linebackers? Don't see. I don't see the Packers linebacker. I don't know why his name is just like evading me here. Right out, Dallas Turner's a 99 overall, or very close to it at least. Insane finesse, really fast. Did he get edge threat? And he did not. He got his devs too early. That's the problem with it. You get those devs too early, and you obviously don't reroll on their own. Other linebackers, pretty mid. Corners, Arnold, Terrion Arnold, 30 years old. Zone coverage isn't the best, but he is a freak press man. Is like, you're not getting past him. Sauce Gardner's a Niner. Cooper DeJean, the Eagles, X Factor. A little surprised by that as well. Really good press man corner as well. Great tackle. Could definitely play safety. Zone's a little lacking, but definitely could play it. And then other corners, Nate Wiggins, 30 years old. Seems like a very good corner class. Maybe Green Bay wanted to take one, especially considering they didn't go for Stokes' fifth-year option. I don't know what's going on, but sure. Can't wait to need cornerback this year and not have it. Clark Phillips, and it seems like all the other corners are kind of mid. Safeties, I don't expect much here because most of the safeties are like backups on their current teams based on overall. And that is basically the truth. I'm not seeing it. Let's take a look at some of the like career highs of the players that are around. And then, of course, I want to see the results of the last 10 years just to make another look at it. Can you look by all you can? Josh Allen, any like McCarthy, 45,000 yards, 339 touchdowns with 87 interceptions. Drake May is definitely significantly worse. Anyone else? Caleb Williams, 245. The picks are really low though. Like that's got to be, well, it's going to be hard to check because if I go by this, you're going to see all of this. But of all the people playing at least 10 seasons, that might be the lowest, right? Of the like qualifying. Yeah, I mean, by quite a bit, right? Then you have Quincy, but Quincy has way less touchdowns, in fairness. Yards, Brooks is actually up there with the rest of them. Best yards per carry. I really wish it would go realistically. Bijan, that's the guy. Lamar, 13,000 as a QB. Jefferson, 19,000. Play a couple more seasons. Beats Jerry. Don't think he'll do it, but could, in theory. What about the other guys? Higgins on the Jets. Kind of could see that. Marvin, did he get there? Coleman did, 11,000. Marvin, 10,000. Brian Thomas, 9,300. Who has the most touchdowns? Jordan Addison, about 135 at his age. He's like a couple years younger than Jefferson. I'm a little surprised by that. Blocking, let's see it. Fotanu, Fuaga, Guyton. Okay, I guess respect him. Because he is not the worst. Sacks, Max Crosby, unbelievable. Anyone like from, the class. Verse, 95, that's pretty good. Dallas Turner, 78.5, which for a 3-4 is basically like 5,000 sacks. Latu, 61. Byron Murphy at 60 for a DT is not bad. Tackles for a loss are up there. What about picks? 38 for Sauce. Any of the real-life fellas? It does not look like... Oh, Colson at 20, actually. Kind of up there. And that's kind of it. Let's take a look at the... I don't even remember how you look at it. I think it's on this screen, right? Take a look at the league history. So you won the last 10. And then call it a sim. So it was right here. The Cowboys win 38-34 over the Jets. Burrow's your MVP. Then you have the Jaguars winning 34-28 over the Cowboys. Dak is your MVP, but not good enough to win the Super Bowl. Then you have the Commanders winning by 1 over the Jets. Joe Burrow's MVP again. Then the Cowboys get their revenge. Actually, that's not even the team. Oh, they do get their revenge. I was right. By 1, and your MVP is Josh Allen. The Chiefs win by 14 in the Super Bowl over the Packers. Joe Burrow's your MVP again. The Bills over the Vikings in the battle of unfortunate Super Bowl losing teams. Mahomes is back in MVP. Then you have the Vikings winning with their revenge against the Bills with Joe Burrow with the MVP. McCarthy finally wins an MVP with the Raiders beating the Panthers. Then the Panthers beat the Bills. Once again, the Bills just losing Super Bowl after Super Bowl with Lamar as MVP. And then the final season, the Bills lose yet another Super Bowl where the Panthers win 2 in a row and make 2 out of 3 with Trevor Lawrence as your MVP. So things seemingly turn around for the Panthers quite a bit. And the Bills do win a Super Bowl, but mainly losing in said Super Bowl. J.J. McCarthy's your best quarterback. Keon Coleman's technically the best wide receiver. Best pass rusher was Jared Verse. Best linebacker was technically Junior Colson. And then the corners, there was a bunch of really good corners, but Terrion Arnold was basically your best corner. Joe Alt, technically the best lineman. Brock Bowers and Sanders, the only two tight ends that really did anything out of the class. And then, of course, Brooks, the only running back that did anything out of the class. But like I said, that is going to be it for this sim. If you guys enjoyed this and you want to see more sims like this, maybe career sims where we actually follow the full career of specific players, big names specifically probably, let me know by leaving a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate your support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK plays for non-Madden content. And that's basically it. Don't know what the plan was for today, but should have at least seen 2, maybe 3 videos. And that's about it. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya!